Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Real Heroes Show. Cory with you for a review of Denis Villeneuve's Prisoners on standard Blu-ray. Before we get started, please go ahead, like and subscribe to this channel to get your fix of movie, TV, and Blu-ray reviews. So, with Dune arriving this month, I wanted to go back, revisit some of Denis' older films, and Prisoners is the first one we checked off the list. It's his oldest film that I currently own on physical media. So, first step is the packaging. Very standard here. No slipcover, so you just got the box. Open it up. No slip for a digital code. Nothing additional, just the disc. It's about as bare bones as it gets. Oh well, who cares? So, tech specs wise, this movie was released back in 2013. It is 1080p resolution since it is on a standard Blu-ray and not a 4K disc. It was shot on ARRI Alexa cameras, which is digital, as per the usual for Roger Deakins, who's the cinematographer for this film. He is a big fan of the ARRI system. So it has a 1.78 to 1 aspect ratio, so it is going to fill up your entire television, and it comes with a DTS-HD Master Audio 5.1 audio track. Going straight into it, video-wise, this film is gorgeous. Yes, it's dark and dreary and doesn't have a lot of vibrant color. Yes, it's a standard Blu-ray and not a 4K disc. However, when the great Roger Deakins comes in and shoots a movie, you can bet that it's going to look great. This one, it really does. The contrast is phenomenal. Black levels are very dark, but don't have an ounce of black crush on them. Clarity and detail is abundant throughout. Skin tones look terrific. They're very, very accurate to life. You can see details on everybody's faces and everybody's clothing. That's just really terrific. And this film incorporates a whole lot of grungy environments. There's a lot of dimly lit rooms, creepy old houses, places that nobody's living in because they're a total wreck. Those all really come to life, and they look really amazing in this film. So there are a few scenes at the beginning with some lights from some police cars that the highlights are nice and bright. It'll kind of make you squint a little bit. Nothing too crazy because it's not an HDR or Dolby Vision or 4K disc, but it still can get pretty bright and has a very cinematic experience. So I'm gonna say for this one, for video, I'm probably gonna just score it an 8 out of 10, and that's really just because I'd love to see it get a 4K transfer someday. I'm not keeping my hopes up for it, but I really would like to see it. Anything that Deakins shoots in, I'd love to see it on 4K. So 8 out of 10, solid presentation. Moving on to the audio, Prisoners does not have an immersive or object-based audio mix like a DTS-X or a Dolby Atmos track. It just settles for the DTS-HD Master Audio 5.1. However, if your AV receiver or processor has the capability, this can upmix to the DTS Neural X and then send some of that environmental sound up to your height channels. That being said, though, most of this movie takes place in the front soundstage, so your left, center, and right speakers. So it really won't impact your viewing either way. I didn't miss having an immersive audio track on this because it is really a front-heavy mix. However, when the surrounds are used, they are used to great effect. Scenes like when you're in the woods, when it's raining outside, when you're in some of these creepy interiors, the surrounds are very lifelike, and they really bring the mix to life. And they provide a real sense of realism there, which is really cool. Whenever there's something like a gunshot or a punch thrown, there's a certain weight and realism attached to those. And Denis' films, if you've seen Sicario, you'll understand. And we'll do a review on that probably before Dune comes out as well. Just a whole lot of very convincing audio. In particular, one scene, Hugh Jackman's character takes a hammer to a sink and just shatters it, and the texture and the clarity that comes from the audio track is really special. Really makes you feel like you're in that bathroom with his character, Paul Dano's character, and Terrence Howard's character. So really good stuff there. Not a terrible ton of low end on this mix, but it uses it when it needs it, and when it does, it comes in and it has a really nice effect. So no harm, no foul there. Dialogue was clean and clear throughout, with the exception of some of the lines from Paul Dano's character, but I think that's by design. If you've seen the film, you know that he's kind of soft-spoken, doesn't really have everything that he wants to say before he says it. So I think that's just the character that he's playing. I don't think it's a knock on the actual audio mix, because all of the other characters sound great. So for audio, I'm going to stick with an 8 out of 10 for this, same score as the video. It's a solid mix, makes you feel like you're in the movie, really ratchets up all the tension, makes you tense up and shrug your shoulders a little bit. So very cool there. So I guess the main question at the end is, should you buy this disc? Absolutely. This movie is a tight little mystery thriller. It's got great performances from its 3 leads and some incredible cinematography from Roger Deakins, who 2-time Oscar winner for Best Cinematography. Took him a while to get there, but Blade Runner 2049 and 1917, both amazing. If you haven't seen those, check those out as well. The audio track is very convincing, and it uses all of its resources when it needs to, but also has some restraint when it needs to as well. So since it is a standard Blu-ray, it also only retails between like $13 and $15, so I would say it's 100% worth picking up. Denis is one of the best filmmakers out there today, and if you haven't caught up on his movies, I would suggest doing so before Dune comes out, because you're going to hear his name a lot after a cinematic extravaganza like that. So that's going to do it for this video. Are you guys a fan of the movie Prisoners? Let us know in the comments below, and while you're here, please go ahead, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications for more movie, television, and 4K reviews. That's going to do it for this one. We'll see you guys in the next one.